Hello, all, and welcome. We are back with another 5-minute university podcast series titled AI Hubs Across America. In this series, we'll explore how communities are building innovation hubs that bring together artificial intelligence and human ingenuity. I'm your host, Dario Minaya, and today we're kicking off our series with a look at one of the most important studies on America's AI future, the Brookings Institution's Report on AI Readiness. We are joined by Dr. Guido Minaya, CEO and CLO of Minaya Learning Global Solutions, who has been researching this topic for the past 12 months. Stay tuned to learn more. Dr. Minaya, welcome back.
Thank you, Dario. It's great to be back on the show with you.
All right, let's dive right in. So, what does AI readiness mean?
Yes, well, we're fortunate to have the 2025 Brookings Institution report on AI readiness help us through this, right? And it's all about three pillars: talent, innovation, and adoption, right? So, from a talent perspective, do you have the workforce with AI skills? Your community needs to answer that question, right? From an innovation pillar perspective, are startups, researchers, and universities driving new AI breakthroughs? And from the adoption pillar, are businesses and governments actually putting AI to work in real world applications? So, really, these three pillars create what the Brookings Report calls an AI ecosystem. Some US cities are leading the way, while others are just starting to find their footing.
So, when it comes to these metro areas and their level of preparedness, how does the Brookings segment them?
The Brookings Institute's report groups metros into 5 categories, right? At the top tier are your superstars like Silicon Valley. So these metros dominate in all of the 3 pillars that we briefly talked about, right? The talent, innovation, and adoption.
Yeah.
And then you move into the next tier, right? Which is star hubs, cities like New York, Boston, Seattle, Austin, and Los Angeles. And then you have the third category, right? Which is emerging centers. And this is places like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Madison, and Detroit. Then in the fourth category, you've got focused movers. So this is mid-sized metros that shine in one of the pillars, like Raleigh. And then in the fifth level, the fifth category, it's your nascent adopters. So there's about 79 metros, many in the Southeast, where AI ecosystems are still forming, and they're in the nascent adopter category.
Well, when talking about those 5 categories, if you had to place your own city on that scale, where do you think it would fit?
Great question. We've looked at this for the last few months. Here in Southwest Florida, we are in the nascent adopter category, according to the Brookings Institute's report. It's important to know, where do you stand? How else could your community create strategies that'll move you up? And that's why it's important to understand where community stands in these categories.
What are the key takeaways from the report then?
Well, from my perspective, I'd say first, AI jobs and activity are highly concentrated in the top tier categories, right? So like the Bay Area and star hubs account for almost 2/3 of all AI employment. Second, in mid-sized metros, which are on the rise, this is where universities and local industries are partnering together. So that's interesting about that takeaway, right? And then third, and this is, I think, the most important one, is without intentional policy and planning, the AI boom could widen regional inequalities, right? So those that are doing really well, like the Bay Area and star hubs, could just continue to dominate. And those that are nascent adopters, unless there's a strong solution and strategy to move themselves up, there again may be rather distinct regional inequalities.
So, where does Florida stand in all this?
Well, according to the Brookings Institute's report, Florida's metros are still in the early stages. Miami, Tampa, Orlando are generally considered either nascent adopters or focused movers. And here in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, we're firmly in the nascent adopter category. But the opportunity is that with, again, in Southwest Florida, with our population growth, a vibrant business community, strong universities, and new initiatives like a potential AI hub that we could create, we have the opportunity to leapfrog forward.
And leapfrog up that list. Wow. What do you think nascent metros need to do in order to move ahead?
Well, from the research, it's important to begin with collaboration.
Hmm.
County governments need to work with businesses, higher education institutions, and K 12, and some kind of organizational structure needs to emerge to connect the dots and begin the journey in an effective way. There may be several initiatives by individual organizations that are providing value to smaller segments of the community, but no one organization, university, or city or county government can do this alone. The solution needs to emerge from all of these entities, finding a way to work together and become an AI hub that is providing extensive value to its business, higher ed, government communities.
Well, speaking of this collaboration, are there any examples of where this type of collaboration is taking place?
Yes, there are some great examples, and we're going to delve into these in future episodes, but various states are showing us what's possible. As an example, New Jersey has a state-backed AI consortium.
Hmm.
Princeton University has been designated as the lead institution, bringing together state government, private business, higher ed institutions in developing a statewide innovation hub. Virginia is building AI centers of excellence. And North Carolina's Research Triangle, for example, leverages universities as innovation engines. So each example provides these kinds of hubs can spark statewide and national competitiveness. And that's exactly why AI hubs are needed to democratize access to AI training, tools, and partnerships. And when you think about it, we're hearing so much about various AI tools, various AI services. It's difficult to put these all in perspective as to which ones can really help your business, your community, your industry move forward. And that's a key purpose of the AI hubs to bring some much needed support and direction on what could truly be of high value to your economic development ecosystem.
Well, it seems the Brookings Report kind of makes it really clear that AI is not just for Silicon Valley, and with intentional action, communities can chart their own path. Yeah?
That's exactly right, Dario. The Brookings Report is a good wake-up call for many communities. AI leadership won't just be decided in the Bay Area. It's going to come from places willing to invest in people in this kind of a structure, connect their businesses, and build innovation hubs that actually bring AI and human intelligence together.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Minaya, for your time. And that is it for episode 1 of AI Hubs Across America. In our next episode, we'll dive into real world case studies and see how their ecosystems grew and what lessons we can all learn. Thank you for listening in. And if you enjoyed today's discussion, share this episode and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time.